What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media, bringing you Ravens content every single day. If you want to see that daily Ravens content, make sure the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to get notified every single time I put a brand new video. In this video today, big news. The Ravens have signed cornerback Rock Ya-Sin from the Oakland, now Las Vegas, Raiders. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this signing. The details are 1 year, $6 million. Now, first off, I want to say the Ravens needed a cornerback. Now, whether that was a starting quarterback, whether that was a cornerback for depth, I think it could have been either, because I don't want to say that I don't believe in any of the corners the Ravens have. Obviously, Marlon, we're good with there. But I believe in Pepe. I believe in Brandon Stevens, not to the sense of, okay, I really want them to be my number two, but I think they can play. But adding a guy like Rock Ya-Sin creates competition. And whether or not he wins that, starting number two job, it is going to be a battle between him, Demarion Pepe Williams, Brandon Stevens, and new rookie, Kyu Blu Kelly. So I think it's crucial for the main reason of now we get to see, okay, it's not who do we have to put there? It's who won that job. Because a lot of people are going to look at Rock Ya-Sin because he was a starting cornerback for the Las Vegas Raiders last year. He was their number one, and I believe he allowed an 82 passer rating when being targeted. He's not the best corner in the world, okay? But I do think he's an upgrade from Marcus Peters. And I know a lot of people are huge fans of Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters last year was not very good. He was clearly recovering from injury. He's an older cornerback. The interceptions weren't necessarily, he wasn't, it's not prime Marcus Peters. He wasn't, going after making, it felt like he was messing up more than he was making plays. And when you have a cornerback that is very, very aggressive, you want them to at least be able to make up for the mistakes by getting you a lot of interceptions and getting you those, pick sixes and defensive touchdowns and big plays. But instead it was like, it was lacking. And so I felt like, hey, we should move on from Marcus Peters. Again, I wish the best for him. I loved him in Baltimore. But I did think that the Ravens were going to sign a cornerback, whether it was Marcus or Rock Ya-Sin, because they met with Rock Ya-Sin a while ago, and it seemed like the Ravens really liked him. But the Ravens love the comp pick deadline. They love waiting for that comp pick deadline. So then it doesn't hurt the comp pick formula. They lead the NFL in the last 15 years in comp picks. That is their goal. They didn't have any last year. They want to get more. But Rock Ya-Sin, just going over his stats really quickly, started his career in Indianapolis. He was the second pick in the second round, 34th overall. So he was a highly touted prospect coming out of, I believe he went to Temple. Yeah, he went to Temple. His rookie year, he had an interception. He started in 13 games, 5 passes defended. The next year he started in 8 games, had 1 interception, 7 passes defended, had a forced fumble. And then he played in 2021 for the Colts again. 8 games started, 8 passes defended, 1 forced fumble again. And then I believe he got traded to the Raiders, or he got cut. I know he went to the Raiders. I think he was cut and then went to the Raiders, if I'm remembering correctly. Somebody can correct me in the comment section, but I think he was cut. Signs to the Raiders, 1-year deal, starts 9 games, has 7 passes defended, no interceptions, no forced fumbles. Had 45 tackles, 1 quarterback hit. But the biggest thing about him is he's a physical corner. He's going to get in your face. Again, he's not a big interception guy, and I think the Ravens are fine with that. But something that I've been talking about through the entire draft process, and once the draft started, the Ravens started selecting players in the undrafted process. Check out the undrafted, reaction and analysis video. The Ravens aren't going after speed at cornerback. Rock Ya-Sin is not a fast cornerback. I had to look up his, combine stats because, again, I was intrigued by it because I was like, Rock Ya-Sin, okay, let's see how that compares. He ran a 4.51. Again, it's not super slow. It's not unplayable. It's very playable. But the Ravens, they draft Kyu Blu Kelly, who's seen as a slower cornerback. They brought in 3 undrafted free agent corners, or I think it was 2 undrafted free agent corners. Both were 4.5, 4.6, 40-yard dashes. It's very strange to me that the Ravens are really going after this slow cornerback approach. And if you are doing that, you are most likely going to be playing in a lot of, 2 safety, 2 deep safety, cover 2 type sets of defenses, because that gives you safety protection over the top. You're not relying on, one-on-one coverage. Because in recent years, cornerbacks have been getting burnt by the Ravens, or cornerbacks on the Ravens have been getting burnt by these fast wide receivers. And we've seen that in cover 3, where we've seen Jalen Armour-Davis, honestly, the entire Ravens secondary against the Miami Dolphins in that second half of the game. No safety help, cornerback bites, they're gone, big touchdown. I believe that the Ravens, based on this signing of Rock Ya-Sin, based on how they've been drafting, I think they're really going to target, this cover 2 style defense to not allow the big play, because they know that if you shrink the field and you make teams beat you over the middle, someone's going to get a turnover, whether it's a strip sack, because they're going after guys that force fumbles, strip sack from, Ojabo, Oweh, Tyus Bowser, Tavius Robinson, whoever it is, Travis Jones, or they're going to get an interception, or they're just going to stop you. Oh, you got 3 yards, 3 yards, and 3 yards? That's a stop. They're going to try and reduce the field, make people play short and slow, and that's how they were able to go up against the Cincinnati Bengals. That was the exact strategy. Don't let them beat you over the top, make them go on long drives, and make them make mistakes. It's not flashy, but that is the type of defense I love to watch, and that's the type of defense that it looks like the Ravens are trying to build. They want to force turnovers, but they don't want to be overly aggressive to where, yes, they force turnovers, but they also allow the big play. Their main goal, it appears, they're going to stop the big play, and they're going to have these covered, 2 covered safeties over the top, whether it be Marcus Peters or Marcus Williams and, Geno Stone, or Marcus Williams and Kyle Hamilton, and then have the 3 linebackers in the middle and in Bowser, not Bowser, not Bowser, Roquan, Patrick Queen and Trenton Simpson, and maybe Bowser every once in a while as well. He's playing on the line. But this signing is more than just he's our number 2 cornerback. This really looks to me like, hey, it's another slower guy. They must be going through some sort of transition, because they used to play, under Wink Martindale, it was heavy blitz, one-on-one, no help. Do your job, get that quick pressure. Mike McDonald does not appear to have that approach, and I really like that. I'm a much bigger fan of just playing fundamental defense, not allowing the big play, and making teams slowly beat you. Because if they're doing that, it reduces possessions, and either the Ravens offense can score more efficiently than most other teams in the NFL. In terms of how I think Rock Ya-Sin will play, I think he will be initially the starting cornerback 2 for the Ravens. However, I do think there's a decent chance that, we see Pepe, I think, is the slot cornerback to start the year. And over the course of the year, if Pepe's playing really well, maybe he gets a little bit of a shot outside. Maybe Brandon Stevens gets some shots. It's not going to be he's out there every single time. I think in certain matchups, if there's a bigger guy, maybe, a faster guy, maybe Brandon Stevens steps out there and, is that outside cornerback for a game. I think this is a really good signing. Again, I'm not seeing him as a Pro Bowler. I'm not seeing him as an All-Pro or anything like that, but I think it's a good signing that creates competition and will make our cornerback room better, because you can never have, Ravens fans know it, you can never have too many corners. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this signing. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Subscribe for daily Ravens content, and I'll see all of you again tomorrow.